Hello, this is a short video on how to use the extrude function for Autodesk Fusion 360. So as you can see on my view here, you can see that I have Fusion 360 open and I haven't generated any of the sketches or any sort of models. This is just the open view. All I've simply saved is I've saved my project. So if you haven't used Autodesk Fusion 360 before, I'll place a link in the video where you can see an overview of a basic layout and the operation within my channel. So firstly, let's locate the extrude button. So if you're doing solid modeling and you need a solid extrusion, the extrude button lives on our top toolbar. If you have a different type of view or you have a different configuration set up within Fusion 360, also the extrude button lives within the create drop down menu bar. Or we can actually use our hotkey and we can press the capital E button or the E button on our keyboard as well. So if I select extrude, what actually does it need and how do we use it? So first off, it's asking us for a profile and it wants us to select a profile. And if I don't move my mouse, the little help window pops up and it's asking us to select the sketch profile or planar face to extrude. So it needs a profile first or some type of feature or face to extrude from. So let's firstly create a sketch. So again, obviously our sketch bar is right next door to our extrusion button within the create section within our design workspace. So what profile could we make? A nice easy shape which we can extrude really easily is a simple metric M12 T-nut that you'd use on a T-nut tool for a vertical milling machine, horizontal milling machine, or maybe a CNC. So it's always a component that you can make very easily from some stock material, very basic size, and you can obviously use as part of your machining process. So we're going to make the metric M12 T-nut using standard DIN 508, which is for black oxide steel, which is hence why my picture's black. Also, you can use 508 Ni if you want to use stainless steel, but the dimensions are exactly the same. So our profile is going to be 8 high, 12 across fully, and our center section here is going to be 14. That's obviously going to leave us then 4 either side of our profile. And that's exactly what we're going to draw in Fusion. We're going to outline this profile and then we're going to extrude to our full depth. So I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to draw it on my front view, so I want the front of my T-nut to be in that configuration. Simply going to use the line tool, come up 8, use my hotkey L to regenerate the line, 4, coming up, and then I'm just going to say, I'm just going to click this one, and we know it's 14 in the center, line coming again, coming back down. Now if I link up parallel, I can lock it in so we get a constraint, back to 4, back to the base, zoom in a bit, just a bit easy to see, and finish off. So there is my shape. And I know it's a fully closed shape because it's gone blue and I can highlight the feature. So last one to do is going to put another constraint in here. That's going to be 16 high, slightly overshot with the 9. So we have it 8. Another 8 obviously section for up the top, 16 overall, 14 wide. So that's our basic kind of shape. So what we can do now is we can either finish our sketch or we can go straight into solid, click extrude, click our feature, so our profile's then selected. You can then offset or you can basically extend to an object, depends on what type of extrusion you're doing. We have one side, 2 sides of extrusion or a symmetric, so basically our plane sits within the center of our part. extend to a distance or to an object, and obviously we put in our distance. So our distance we're going to use 22, and we don't want it angled. And in operation we want a new body. So now our shape's gone grey. If I press the home button to orientate my view, we now know that this is the front of my T-nut. I can spin round to the top, and I can spin round to the right hand side as well. And that's a very simple way to extrude a simple part using a profile. There is also another way we could have done this. If I just move my T-nut over to the side, I'm going to create another sketch on my front plane here. This time I'm just going to put side by side. We could actually also do a series of this would be 8 by 4 series of rectangles like so. So this would be 16 high by 14. The last one is going to be 8 by 4 again. So just do some quick measurements just to make sure we're still in our specs. 22, which is correct. So this one I'm just going to allow the system to put it as a notified dimension. So I can't actually edit this 22. It doesn't let me edit it, it just locks out just a visual dimension. So if I want to change it, I'd have to change the 4 and the 14. Just going to select my height as well, make sure my height's still within range, 16. Again, it's just a constraint sketch. It's going to show me and point out those views. So again, I'm happy with that one. That's now my sketch, and this time I've got 3 individual components. This time I come to extrude. You can obviously extrude by the same distance again, and that builds the same part. There's 2 separate ways you can build a feature and then create your sketch. So thanks for watching that. Stay tuned for some more mini in-depth short videos on the features of Autodesk Fusion 360. Make sure you follow along. Thanks.